Hey guys, so I finally managed to max skill my second and third skills from my water tree, and in this one I'm going to show you how I've managed to use him and two other units to make a 3-man Wrath 10 team that can complete it in under 4 minutes. So like I said, I've managed to max out the water tree's second and third skills, and I underestimated him earlier before I had him max skilled, and he's absolutely crazy once you get him maxed out. His third skill being the defense buff, the regenerate, and the poison mail on a 4-turn cooldown is just absolutely crazy. And I was looking into making a video about speeding up your teams once you get to this sort of mid-level stage of the game where you can clear the content comfortably, you've farmed up some good glyphs, and you just want to get those faster runs. And so the original team I was using was the water tree, my fire dragon. I know not many people have him, but I was using him just because I do. My earth felicore, my wind assassin, and my wind unicorn. The idea behind this team was that now that I've got some better glyphs, so all my monsters are in that 150 sort of speed range. My tree's still a little bit slower because he's got those lower base stats, but they're all around that speed. They've all got a bit of tankiness. Even my dragon, I put a defense percent on him to get him around that 1000 defense. He's on lifesteal, so he sustains. So that was my team that I was trying to do some fast runs. I've got the clips running to show you that some of those runs. And then I was thinking to myself, how can I try and speed it up more? And I was finding that the stages with those earth harpies, putting the prevent death buff on, were really hurting me. Sometimes my dragon was able to purge them and make quick runs. So with good RNG, this team was doing as low as sort of 3.5 to 4 minutes, but averaging between 4 and 5 minutes. And I was basically trying to figure out how I could speed it up. And then I thought, what if I just had less monsters so that they took more turns more quickly, and I had less time wasted in animations, especially with this guy when he was getting his additional turns, attacking multiple times into that shield and not breaking it. So I dropped him, and then the assassin, because her AoE is, like, I haven't max skilled her, so it's on a 6-turn cooldown, she wasn't getting those poisons up that much either. And she was also applying slows, so when there was one of those harpies left with that buff, she was slowing them and making it take longer to get them down if I didn't purge them. So I dropped her as well, and that just left me with the team of my water tree, my earth felicore, and my wind unicorn. And so I started testing those runs out, and they were passing pretty well. My felicore was dying on the boss sometimes, so I upgraded a couple of his defense glyphs just to give him that bit more chunkiness, so that if he didn't have the defense buff and he had armor break, he would survive a hit. He was just a bit low because I'd swapped glyphs off of him to fix up some of my 2-star teams. So I beefed him back up, and then I started recording some runs, and the averages I found, it was sort of between that 4 to 5 minute range. But then once again, like all things, you have RNG. I had a couple that went above 5 minutes, and then just on the last one I was recording, it ended up going 3 minutes and 55 seconds, which was really quick. And so, like I said, just the way the RNG works, when you have less monsters in your team that only cover the vital roles, the enemy gets more turns, and especially when you're using poisons, them having more turns means they're losing health more often as well, and they're attacking into your shields more and all that sort of thing. So it worked really well, and obviously this is a bit of a, sort of like I said, that mid-game sort of stage. It requires, well, it doesn't require this guy to have max skills, but it does require your water tree to have those skills up. And the other unit that I was using, which was my wind unicorn, he's just a fantastic unit. Like, I've spoken about him before, but his AI, especially in this sort of team, is fantastic because his cleanse he only uses when you have a harmful effect on your teammates. So that comes really handy on the boss because he basically waits until you have either the slow from the boss or the armor break, and with my speeds as they are, he would always move before the boss and hopefully apply that block beneficial so the boss won't get shielded or invincibility. So either he does that or his normal attack. And then between the boss using his attack, even if he puts the slow on my team, the timing worked out that the armor break would get applied to my team as well before he got another turn. So then that next turn, he's always cleansing that, giving me more sustain. And in that time, you're getting the poisons on with your Earth Felicore, and then either your heal and defense buff and poison mail from this guy, or he's bursting poisons on normally the fire dude on the boss stage. So that was the basic gist of the team. Another thing that I think would work maybe even quicker, I don't know, I haven't built mine yet, so I'm working on her right now. She'd probably have to be max skilled as well, is the Water Holy Sister. The one thing she doesn't have that the Unicorn has is that block beneficials for the second. She would definitely make it safer because she's got that extra heal. And I feel like she probably will make the early waves, the first 4 waves of the battle quicker, because she's reducing cooldowns of your monsters, so you're getting those poisons up more, you're keeping your poison mail up more, and you're bursting poisons more often. But I'll test that out once I get her up there. But this is just an idea for people who want to test it out, who are at this stage, have those units, because I find that these runs with 3 monsters being basically a similar time to the runs that I do with my 5 monsters. Why not level 2 fodder at the same time? So I've got 2 monsters getting 2400 experience in the same amount of time that I was getting nothing with experience. So that's just one to put out there for people to think about. I hope you can find some use in it. I know that's how I'm going to be farming my Wrath 10 dungeons now. I'm just going to be doing the 3-man. 4 to 5 minutes is a really reasonable runtime for me, so I'm happy just to stick at that and level my fodder up, because I've got a lot of monsters I'm trying to build, so that just lets me kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks guys.